Planning is an integral part of life. But why do you falter when you trade in the market? Planning, it's an important aspect of every step that you take in your life. Anything you do, you require planning. You probably saw that you planned for before you started your business, or you joined your college. You were planned to be born. You were planned to be brought on earth. You planned yourself to educate yourself and take on the world. You planned to get admitted to a college. You planned to get married. You planned to have your baby. You planned to bring that baby up and put him or her in his own feet. Everything required a plan, isn't it? But why do you falter when you trade in the market? Is it a different place? Is it a place outside the earth? No, absolutely not. Why do you falter? When you plan for everything in your life, why don't you plan for the trade? Why don't you plan when you're in the market? Why don't you plan when you're trying to place an order? What happens to you? Why do you think that you can instantly take decisions while making a trade? Why is this possible? How do you think is this possible? Why do you think is this possible? What makes you think that the instant decision that you're going to take in the market, when the market is throwing colors at you, it's throwing different challenging situations at you, why do you think that your instant decision, on the spot decision, is going to break those challenging situations and you're going to come out as a winner? What makes you think like that? How are you so confident about that? This is not just very common with the newcomers, it's very common even with the very old, mature traders. People who are in the market for years, even they at times make the same mistake. They think, okay, fine, they just put in something, they try and take a decision at the spur of the moment. Why do they do it? This is the essential ingredient of trading: planning. Plan. As you plan for anything and everything in your life, plan for your trades. Certain things you should definitely keep in mind, because it's very, very difficult for a newcomer to take a trade at the very spur of the moment. Okay, since you're low on your experience, you do not have enough market exposure, you're new to the market, you are bound to make mistakes. And here, the lifesaver is your action plan. The action plan that you have for your trade, the action plan that you have for your market entrance, or for the market presence, or for being in the market, is what is going to survive you throughout this journey. So for all newcomers, an action plan is a must. Why is it important, and what does an action plan do? Small example, let's see you're in the market with plan A, B, C and D. Okay, say let's take A and B. Say you see a condition A in the market, and you see a pattern in the graph which is, say, pattern B. You know the plan says when these things happen in the market, condition A and the graph pattern B, this is the time you should enter the market. That's your plan. About C and D, monitor the market till it reaches C. Okay, fine, now C has come. Wait for D to happen. At D, it's time for you to exit. So that's your plan, A, B, C, D. As simple as that. You chalk it out how you want to do it. Of course, for that you have to understand the market, everything about it. But then when you understand everything and you chalk out this plan A, B, C and D, you have a list of actions that you need to do in the market. You need not bump your head against the wall. You need not force yourself to take a random decision, a decision that can make or break your trading experience altogether. You need not do anything of that sort. Simple and straight. If you're a newcomer, derive a plan, stick to it, follow it. If it doesn't work, change it. If it works, stick to it. That's it, as simple as that. So you see, having a plan helps you remember and take an action very swiftly. As soon as you see A and B, you enter the market, you monitor it till C. When D comes, you exit. No rocket science at all. It's very simple. So it helps you keep your mind free. It helps you keep your mind free of tension and other blockages. You can think clearly, you can act clearly. And when you know your plan, you don't have to refer to anything else. You know it at the back of your head. You know how plan or how scenario D looks like. And when you see that happening in the market, that's your call. Fine, move out of it, come out of it. So it's just a simple strategy. A, B, C, D, and you're done. It also helps you ignore the interruptions. From A, it goes to B. From B, it goes back to A. From B to C, it comes back to B. Whatever happens, any other interactions or any other irregularities in between, you can ignore all of them. You can ignore everything and simply concentrate on the plan that you have. So all these panic, all these news, all these made up news from the brokers, all these haphazard informations that are coming through, news channel portraying something else, your calculations saying something else, whatever it is, someone else saying something else, you get a tip from somewhere else. Don't bother about anything. You just follow the list that you have to follow and execute it. That's as simple as that. You can ignore all the irrelevant information or the noise, as we say in the stock market, the noise. You can ignore all the noise that are outside and concentrate on your trade. It also helps you focus the task that you have at hand. Focus on your trade. Focus on what you're doing. It doesn't help you deviate. I have a video on this, but it'll be there in the playlist, and you can see, most people, they shift their focus from being a trade oriented to being a price oriented person. Okay, so having a plan helps you stick to your focus, helps you stick to your trade, helps you stick to what you want to do, and it doesn't shift your focus to being a price oriented person. And the most important thing, having a plan helps you keep your nerve cool. You don't stress out much. You don't panic under situations. You don't panic on the news or on the tips that you get from the outside. You don't make faulty decisions. You don't falter on your trade much. It's because you're thinking straight, your head is clean, and your mind is clean, and clean of all the clutter and the noise that's there in the market. It keeps you calm, composed, and helps you take a decision. See, trading is stressful. It is a big stress, and in days when market is moving, when it's a chaos in the market, it's a hectic day for all traders. So it's definitely not an easy job to do. And when it's not an easy job to do, and sitting on the table and taking an instant decision is the most difficult thing that you can do in this market. So clear the clutter, remove everything out, have a plan, execute it, follow it, be straight, be very simple, and you will find yourself doing the best that you can do in this market, because a human mind has some limitations. We are not computers that we can process data at the speed of a supercomputer or something like that. Our mind has limitations. We can act and react to a certain extent, beyond which it's beyond human capacity. So if we have to be within our capacity, and if we have to be within our capacity and perform at the same time, it's better we have a plan, because it helps in overcoming some of these difficult situations. So till then, have a nice day, have an action plan, and then be in the market. If you want to be a trader, have an action plan and then start your trades. Till then, SG signing off. Goodbye.